Greetings, YouTubers. How's it going out there in YouTube land? Hopefully it's going pretty good for you. Well, today we are going to be working on my Ford Fusion, the 2008. There's a nice look at it from the front. She's a good looking car, running really good. I rebuilt the transmission in it. Well, I replaced some parts in the transmission and it's been running fine, but yesterday I tried to get out of the vehicle and I couldn't get out because as I was trying to get out yesterday, well, yeah, it broke. It won't open the door. So what I have to do now is reach out. And now I have to do this just to let myself out, which is very annoying. So what we got to do is replace this door handle, and it's plastic. There's a little hook on the back of it that's broken off, and there's a cable that goes down into the door lock which releases the door lock, and that's what we have to do. We have to replace this in order to get it working again. So what we got to do, we got to take the door panel off, but first let me show you the new handle that I ordered. So here is a look at the handle. I ordered this online, free shipping, and I think it was only like $14. So a pretty good deal. And these are very common. They break on these Ford Fusions. Not uncommon for these to break. And here's a look at it. And mine had this chrome coming off and it was very sharp and it was cutting my finger, so I'm glad I got a new one anyway. And here's a nice look at it. And you can see on the back here there is a place where the cable actually goes in right here. This piece of mine's broken. I just know it. I see this all the time, so this is what we're going to be replacing. Shouldn't be too bad of a job, and it actually sits up like this. And we got to take the old one off and bolt this on. So let's get to it. Okay, so real quick here, some of the tools we will need. Pretty simple stuff. We'll need a little tiny screwdriver like this to pry a little panel off on one of the bolt covers there. And a little socket and an extension like this. This is a little 1/4-inch drive. And also we'll need some star bits. These are security bits, still work just fine for the small bolts. The security bits actually have little holes in the center there. The regular star bits that you use normally on bolts and so forth don't have the holes in them, but these will work just fine. And I picked these whole set here up online for like $10 free shipping years ago. And also a big screwdriver if you don't have a spud bar, because we have to pry that panel off on the door. So having said that, let's go ahead and start. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is go ahead and pull this handle here off, this little cover. Now, I've seen some guys just take this panel here off and wiggle this out and replace the cable and just shove it back in if your handle is bad. Now, if you have a problem down here where the door lock is, you're still going to have to take this panel off, but that's what we're going to do also. We're just going to go ahead and pull this panel off in case you need to know how to do that, so you can go in here and look at this entire cable in case there's something else wrong. But for me, I know this is what's wrong here. So the first thing we got to do is go ahead and take our little tiny screwdriver, and there's a little cover back here. Pop this off here. And now we're going to take our T20 and get this little bolt out back here. I apologize for the birds and the wind today. It's pretty windy out here. Maybe the birds will be quiet for a while, I don't know. Okay, so we got that out, and now we can just go ahead and pop this here off, this cover. And there's a little wire. If you have an electric door lock, just be careful with this guy here. You can go ahead and just unhook this. This is what we're going to do. Pull this off so we don't break it. Now, if you look right here, there is a bolt. If you can take this bolt out here, you can take this out. This is actually an 8mm little socket that I forgot to add in the description earlier. But if you take this out, I've seen some guys move this around and pull it out, but it's very tight. We're not going to do that. We're going to do this the right way, so we'll go ahead and leave that there for now. Now, back here on the back of the door, we have this little guy here we have to take out. Sometimes these things are hidden. You don't see them, and you start yanking on the panel, and you end up breaking things, so this is why we got to take this off. It looks like this is actually broken off. I'll have to check and see. Okay, so here, someone has worked on this before. This is actually broken. If I pull up on this, this whole thing will come off like this. But there's actually a screw right here that if you take out too. This is a T20. If yours is not broken, you got to take this out. And then this the rest of the way out like this. And go ahead and disconnect all these little wires on the back of this. Get it out of the way for now. And these are pretty small, pretty easy to take off. And of course, it looks like I may be taking a trip to the junkyard. Hey, it's a fun day when you go to the junkyard, right? I love it. But someone's worked on this before. And now what we gotta do is take our screwdriver or your spud bar and get behind this panel here. And I've loosened this up a little bit just to make the video a little faster. And we gotta pull back on this like this. And there is our door panel, and on the back you can see here there's some clips. Sometimes these get broken, but most of mine are in pretty good shape, so just be aware of that. Okay, so there's a nice look at the door panel. We got our speakers right there, and we got that cable that goes down into the lock. And like I said, if you need to fix something else, at least you have access into this door panel now. And now, if you look closely, see right here? This is broken off right there. My finger is. This works this cable right here, and it's supposed to be opening this little pin and pulling on this rod. So that is what we're going to replace. And let me go ahead and get the little 8mm socket here that I forgot to mention earlier. All right, so there's my 8mm. Actually, I had this ready to go in my description. I just didn't pick it up. So we'll get this off here real quick. And like I said, I see this all the time on these vehicles. Everything's plastic now, so things are always breaking. And there it is. And watch this, see? This cable is not moving there. So when I pull on that, it's broken. All right, so let's go ahead and take this out of here. What we gotta do is push down on this right here, like that. And this will release this out of the mechanism here. Fool around with it for a second there. Get it just right. You may have to fight with yours just for a second or two. There we go. Alright, and there's that. That is out. And say goodbye. And you can see right here where this is really sharp. This stuff will cut you. This cheap chrome plated stuff. So I'm glad we're changing this anyway. Okay, before we bolt these on, here is my old one. And here is the new one. Let's match them up. They look identical. Everything looks good, so we are good to go. Okay, let's go ahead and get this bad boy back in here. Pull this up a little bit, push it in there like that. And we are good. And now what we gotta do is put this back in here, like that. And we're good. How about that? Oh yeah. I love it when a plan comes together. All right, let's go ahead and get our screw back in, our bolt. And we'll just kind of snug it down. No need to go crazy on it. Because when we put the panel back on, we can still adjust this and move it around just a little bit. But I think we'll be okay right there. And we got our new lock. How about that? Oh yes. Very nice. And you can see just how long this cable is. It's got to go clear down to the door, then it's got to go down through here and all the way over to this lock, so it's a pretty long cable. So at this point, all we got to do is go ahead and put our panel back on, hook our plugs back up, and we are good to go. So I'm not going to bore you with that. When we come back here, we'll have everything all together, and we'll wrap the video up, and hopefully this will help you out. And if it does, give me a thumbs up, and let me know where you're watching from. Okay guys, so it's all done. Check it out. We have a door handle that works now. And also now it works on the inside, which is great. So I am a happy camper. So regarding this here, I just put my own screw in there. It was a little longer and it tapped into the metal of the door, and it's nice and secure. And obviously I'm gonna have to go get me another piece here to keep that down in there. But that's the way it goes sometimes. You gotta fix other people's problems. Okay guys, so that is a wrap. So as we wrap this video up, hopefully you enjoyed this little tutorial on how to replace this door handle on this 2008 Ford Fusion. But just a little side note, I have been pretty busy. Yeah, you see all those little red parts there, fenders, bumpers. That was from my 2002 Trailblazer that got hit down in Mississippi a few weeks ago. A guy across the center line and smacked me pretty good. I've got it all rebuilt. Mainly trying to get this back together. Here's a quick pic of it. Here's what it looked like right after the accident. So I was able to go out and find 2 exact fenders and a hood for this one. Same color. That's what I like to do when I buy body parts. I like to buy them the same color if I can, so I don't have to deal with spray painting. But this here got me a little sidetracked, and this is why I haven't posted any videos in about 3 weeks. So hopefully things will start to go a little smoother now. And yes, sitting beside it is another Trailblazer. Paid $800 for this one. Runs pretty good, needs a little cleaning. It's a 2002, just like the one I got. It was a good deal, couldn't pass it up. Guy didn't want it no more, and I thought, what the heck? I'm the glutton for punishment, right? But here is a quick look at it. I might do a video on it later. The interior's in pretty good shape. Seats aren't torn. Same for the back seats, nice and clean. Not too much going on with it. So $800, can't beat it. And there is a quick look at it from the back side. So other than that, looks like I may be doing some work on this, and if I do, I will certainly post those videos. Okay guys, so that's it from Trailblazer Mania and Ford Fusion handle fix on the inside of the door. So if you're liking my videos, give me a thumbs up and say hello and all that good stuff. And until my next video guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.